And now it's dark. So, quick video about how I healed, and still healing, it's not completely, the intestinal permeability syndrome, leaky gut. All depends on what you're saying. And I, you do the research. I'm not going to say this is what happened. This is what happened to me. It's my testimony about my health and my experience, and just trying to go back and figure out when did this stuff happen? Why did it happen? What was going on? And it was when I was pregnant with my second child. And of course, at that time, there was a lot of stuff going on. I was working full time, got married the year before. We were moving to a bigger place, buying a house together. There was so much stuff going on in my life. And where we moved to had a bread store, a discount bread store. So I bought bread, filled up the freezer with bread that we would thaw and use. And so I was having sandwiches practically 3 times a day. Pregnant, all sorts of things are happening with my body. But when you're pregnant, you just think it's the pregnancy. And things will go back to normal afterwards. And I don't know why, but my mother thought that I needed milk. Drink milk, produce milk. Cows don't drink milk to produce milk. Animals don't drink milk to produce milk. And anyway, so I started drinking milk as well as all this bread. And a couple of years back, I started learning, questioning about homogenized milk. And we used to buy non-homogenized milk, and we had dairy goats, and things improved during that time for me, digestively and allergy-wise, food allergy-wise. And then we got away from it, and I got into drinking milk. I enjoyed it. I like having a hot cup of milk some evenings to help me sleep. Well, for the past couple of years, I would either have skim milk or non-homogenized milk when I found it. And I started doing bone broth. Bone broth is one of the best things you can do for your digestive system, as well as fasting. There's some elements of fasting in there, and intermittent fasting, which is what I routinely do, which just means I don't eat until noon or 2 or 3 o'clock. I do not have the typical breakfast in the morning. So it was amazing to, I had a tea party to do a couple of Saturdays ago, and the couple of weeks before the tea party, I was playing around with different recipes and trying to familiarize myself. I've been doing everything gluten-free for years now, but I wasn't going to serve gluten-free. So I decided to, I was like, okay, I know what to do. When I have wheat, I'll do charcoal tablets, and then I do Benadryl that night, and milk of magnesium to try to help get everything out and coat the stomach. I do certain things to just minimize the 2 to 3 days of arthritis I would have after having any sort of wheat. And I didn't have the reaction. I didn't have the fuzzy brain. A little bit, there's a little bit of swelling, I think, but that could be from other stuff. I did not have the normal reaction I had to wheat. I'm still not in pain. My left knee is the biggest indicator. That's the first thing that will start hurting. So, eliminating things that were causing the problems, and adding bone broth, and I found a source to get cow knee bones. I was doing beef feet, but I really am liking the beef knee bone much better for the stock. So I've been really enjoying that. And all I do is I just put it in the crock pot for a couple of days on low. And when I pour myself a cup, I will add salt and pepper, sometimes garlic powder and onion powder. That's it. And I would drink that twice a day, in the evening and in the morning. Lately, I've had to get away from it. I have this love-hate thing with coffee, so I miss it, but I don't need it, and I don't even have the headache or the withdrawals from the coffee, which is really another, like, that's kind of odd. Anyway, that's my testimony. You have to do your own research and figure out what's going on. The whole thing with the way I understand it, the homogenized milk is probably what started my downward spiral, and causing the leaky gut, intestinal permeability syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But because of that, I started having allergic reactions because things were going through the barrier that shouldn't have been going through the intestinal line barrier. And now that I've allowed my digestive system to heal by eliminating the thing that was causing the problem, homogenized milk. So you can get skim milk. I've even, when I couldn't get whole non-homogenized milk, I would put butter in with my skim milk to make coffee or do certain drinks. Or if I did the heated milk, I would use the butter in there too in the evenings. So eliminating what caused my problem, and the bone broth, which also is another layer of health and rebuilding. It's supposed to do something with the calcium and the collagen that's in there, is supposed to help with healing. So I believe it's a combination of the two. And I'm still not going all, I still try to do a keto or low carb diet, which I've been failing miserably at. We just went camping and we ate sandwiches the whole time. Oh my gosh. And pancakes, and it feels good to be normal, but I don't want to overdo the carb, because I'm trying to get back into doing keto just for health. It'd be nice to lose a few. I'm at least 40 pounds. I'm carrying 40 extra pounds that I shouldn't. And if you have any questions about what I did or how I did it, I think I covered it. I love this. I love the scenery. Look at all the leaves on the road. Oh. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be a blessing and be blessed.